What if the most important meal of the day wasn't a meal at all? What if, for 14 straight days, you did the one thing every health guru tells you not to do? You skip breakfast. The result isn't what you've been told. It's a biological chain reaction that could redefine your relationship with food, energy, and even time itself. Stay with us, because what happens inside your body by day 14 is a story science is just beginning to understand. For decades, breakfast has been enshrined as the non-negotiable cornerstone of a healthy day. Break the fast, they say. It kickstarts your metabolism, fuels your brain, and sets you up for success. This idea is so deeply ingrained in our culture that a multi-billion-dollar industry of cereals, oatmeals, and breakfast bars is built on this one singular promise. But a growing body of scientific research is beginning to challenge this long-held belief, suggesting that when you eat might be just as important as what you eat. This isn't about starvation or extreme calorie restriction. It's about a concept called time-restricted eating, or what many know as intermittent fasting. And for most people, skipping breakfast is the simplest and most accessible entry point into this world. So we're going on a journey, a hypothetical 14-day experiment to see what really happens inside your body, from your hormones to your brain cells, when you push your first meal of the day from 8 a.m. to noon. To truly understand the cascading effects of this simple change, we need to break this 14-day journey down into 3 distinct phases. First, we'll explore the initial shock to the system, the first 72 hours of rebellion and adaptation, where your body fights back. Then, we'll dive into the critical metabolic shift that occurs around day 4 to day 10, where your body essentially rewires its own power grid. And finally, we'll uncover the surprising, deeper changes that begin to cement themselves by the end of week 2, happening at a level you can't even feel, but that may have profound implications for your long-term health. This is a day-by-day biological detective story, and it starts now. The first 72 hours are, to put it simply, a battle. On day 1, you wake up and your body's internal clock, honed by years of routine, expects a meal. A hormone called ghrelin, often called the hunger hormone, spikes right on schedule. It's like an alarm bell ringing in your stomach, and it's screaming for its usual dose of energy. Mentally, this is where the first challenge hits. You might experience what feels like intense brain fog. That's because your brain, which consumes about 20% of your body's energy, is an energy hog that loves a quick and easy source of fuel, glucose. When it doesn't get its morning delivery from breakfast, it has to look elsewhere. Your body's first response is to tap into its emergency reserve tank, glycogen, which is basically a chain of glucose molecules stored in your liver and muscles. Your liver begins breaking down this glycogen and releasing it into the bloodstream to keep your blood sugar stable. But this is a temporary fix, and your brain can feel the difference. You might feel irritable, unfocused, and even get a tension headache. It's like a finely tuned train that has run on the same schedule for years suddenly being delayed. The passengers, your cells, are getting restless, and the station master, your brain, is sending out frantic signals.
But then, something remarkable begins to happen. Around day 4, your body starts to realize this isn't a one-time emergency. This is the new schedule. Your glycogen stores are being consistently depleted overnight and not immediately refilled in the morning. Your body, in its incredible wisdom, decides it needs a more reliable, long-term energy strategy. It begins to make a profound metabolic shift. The key player here is another hormone, insulin. When you eat, especially carbohydrates, your insulin levels rise to help shuttle glucose into your cells. But when you're fasting, your insulin levels plummet. Low insulin is a powerful signal that tells your body to stop storing fat and start burning it. Your body begins to more efficiently tap into your fat reserves, breaking them down for energy. As this fat is metabolized by the liver, it produces an alternative fuel source called ketones. This is the big turning point. Your brain, which was previously screaming for glucose, discovers it can run beautifully, and some would say even more efficiently, on these ketones. This is a state known as metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch seamlessly between fuel sources. The initial brain fog begins to lift, often replaced by a surprising sense of mental clarity and stable, consistent energy. The gnawing hunger pangs in the morning start to fade as your ghrelin rhythm recalibrates to the new eating schedule. You've weathered the storm, and your body is no longer just surviving, it's adapting. Now we arrive at the final phase, from roughly day 11 to day 14. On the surface, things have stabilized. You no longer feel hungry in the morning, your energy levels are steady, and your mind feels sharp. But the most important changes are now happening deep within your cells, in a process that is invisible to you. This is the revelation. With your insulin levels low for a significant portion of each day, your body activates a critical cellular maintenance program called autophagy. You can think of your cells as bustling little cities. Over time, these cities accumulate junk, damaged parts, misfolded proteins, and dysfunctional components that can clog up the works and contribute to aging and disease. Autophagy is the city's highly efficient sanitation and recycling crew. During this fasting period, this crew gets the signal to go to work. It hunts down that cellular debris, breaks it down, and recycles it into new, pristine parts and usable energy. It's literally a process of self-eating and renewal. This cellular housekeeping is linked by researchers to longevity and the reduction of risk for various age-related diseases. By day 14, you haven't just changed your mealtime, you have fundamentally altered your body's daily operating instructions, shifting from a system that's constantly processing and storing energy to one that has dedicated, protected time for repair, recycling, and rejuvenation. So, what have we really learned from our 14-day journey? First, we learned that the initial days are a genuine struggle. Your body fights the change with hunger hormones and brain fog as it burns through its quick-access sugar stores. Second, the middle phase is about a profound metabolic shift. Your body learns to efficiently burn fat for fuel, your insulin levels stabilize, and your brain discovers a new, clean energy source in ketones, leading to mental clarity. And most importantly, by the end of 2 weeks, you can unlock deeper cellular benefits. You activate the body's powerful self-cleaning process, autophagy, a cornerstone of long-term health. The ultimate lesson is that skipping breakfast, when done correctly, isn't just about not eating. It's about intentionally creating a daily period of rest that allows your body to repair and reset itself from the inside out. Of course, this is a generalized timeline. Everyone's body is different, and this approach isn't right for everyone, especially pregnant women, those with a history of eating disorders, or individuals with certain medical conditions. It's always best to consult a healthcare professional before making any significant changes to your diet. But this does raise a fascinating question. Have you ever experimented with changing your meal timing, like skipping breakfast? What was your experience? Share your story in the comments below. The good, the bad, and the hungry.
If you found this journey into your own biology fascinating and want to explore more about how your body works, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. We break down complex science into simple, understandable stories. Thanks for watching.